Here with reaction is the person who actually broke this story on Uranium One years ago, the author of the best-selling book Clinton Cash, the untold story of how and why foreign governments and businesses helped make Bill and Hillary Clinton rich, Peter Schweizer. So what is amazing, you wrote about this in Clinton Cash, and you talked about $145 million kickback to the Clinton Foundation with all the actors involved in this. This week, you know, we had been hearing about an informant that had infiltrated Vladimir Putin's operation in America to get a foothold in the uranium market in America. He was there from the get-go. He was there before CFIUS ever signed off. And he found all of this evidence, bribery, extortion, money laundering, kickbacks. Everybody knew about it. How is it possible they would have, knowing Clinton operatives are in this country committing crimes, wanting uranium, why did they ever let this deal go through when we don't have enough uranium?
Well, it's a great question, Sean, and that's been one of the mysteries. You know, you can look back at it's 2010 when this takes place. Maybe there are some people in the Obama administration, you know, misguided and naive, who think this is going to help with the Russian reset, and it's a stupid decision. And that may have been part of the motivation. But when you look at the fact that Hillary Clinton, who was hawkish on these type of CFIUS issues, in other words, she has a history of opposing precisely these kinds of deals, came out and supported this deal, along with the fact that money was flowing to her husband in speaking fees and also to the Clinton Foundation. The key question is, what was their motivation? And
well, we
all
do know
along the way, Sean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we know the testimony before 3 congressional committees this week of this informant who was there from the get-go. He was telling them that those people involved in this deal were very confident the 9 separate departments that were needed to sign off, the CFIUS group, were going to because of Clinton influence. So that's interesting, especially when you follow the money.
That's exactly right, Sean. And, you know, what you can do in a case like a witness like this is look at what he has said and whether those facts have borne out. You know, he was a mole that was talking about kickbacks and extortion by Russian officials. That was found by the Department of Justice. People went to jail. This is a guy who was talking about how the Russians wanted to corner the world uranium market. Well, there are State Department cables and other evidence that corroborate what he's saying there. This is an individual who says that $3 million was given to this lobbying firm, APCO, and it was supposed to indirectly benefit the Clintons. Well, if you go back and look at the Clinton Global Initiative report from 2010 and 2011, you find out that, lo and behold, APCO was doing a lot of in-kind work for the Clintons. So everything he's saying can be independently verified.
So the Clintons' number one excuse is, well, she's only one of 9 separate departments. So she doesn't control the departments. She didn't sign off personally on it. What is your answer to their response, their talking point?
Well, first of all, Sean, she was a lead agency in the CFIUS review, and that's key. But also, it's irrelevant what the other 8 people voted for. If you have a committee of 9 and one person gets bribed to vote affirmatively for something, 8 vote affirmatively because they think it's a good idea, it's still bribery. And that's the sort of the heart of the issue here. The other thing we have to factor in, Sean, is that this is the Clintons essentially monetizing national security. People say to me, oh, this is history. She's not president. Why do we care? We care because the precedent it sets. If you let people in Washington, D.C. monetize something, they're going to do it. And given what's happened, there is no reason we could not have a Secretary of Defense a couple of years from now say, I'm going to set up a foundation. I'm going to take all this foreign money from interested parties. My spouse is going to go out and give all these paid lectures, and there's not a thing you can do to stop it because the Clintons did it and nobody objected to it then. So this goes to the heart of the integrity of our national security system and the decisions that are made.
Really scary. And again, the Russia connection is on Hillary's side. Amazing work. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.